What's going on, everyone? This is Zach with StrictlyShisha, and I'm proud to introduce you guys to a new brand, and that brand is Shisha Royale. This brand is available from 5starhookah.com, and they have a limited selection of flavors at this time. But I've heard a lot of good things about the flavors that are available. I have a Moroccan chai in my hand today. Container on this is very nice. It is a plastic container, the screw-off lids that I like, everyone knows that. Container's really good quality looking. It's got a nice label on here. The picture depicts a Moroccan mint tea on the front, like a warm tea on the front. About this tobacco, the ingredients include flue-cured Virginia tobacco, honey, USP grade vegetable glycerin, natural and artificial flavorings. It says it's 0.5% nicotine, obviously 0% tar on this. This is a 250 gram container. And this tobacco is made in the USA in Montebello, California. And it does have a website on here, shisharoyale.com. Unfortunately, that website is not pulling up today. I'm not sure if it's just down today or they're still working on it. From my understanding, this is a very new brand. So they might still have some growing pains on their website. So keep checking back with that website to get some more information on this tobacco. Let's get into the smell and the cut. This tobacco is very light in color. It's almost a cross between a little darker than Social Smoke, a little lighter than the newer Haze. It's very finely chopped. Not as finely chopped as hookah, but almost on the Social Smoke line, which I like the nice finely chopped tobacco. And I hear it's harder to make tobacco more finely chopped. So that is a good sign of quality. There is a fair amount of stems in here, but they are blended very well with the tobacco and they've not obscured my pack in any sort of way. Wow, the smell in this. So the first time you open this container, you get a bit of a chemically smell to that. And it was a little off-putting smell when I first smelled it. But I consulted someone who is big into tea, my sister, she loves tea. And she's like, no, Zach, that actually smells like tea. So after smelling it a little longer, I was like, okay, I can see that. I can see that this is not a chemically smell. It's actually a very natural tea smell to this. There is some cooling to the nose and definitely some sweetness. And I think I can pinpoint some mint in this. It's not too wet, it's actually pretty dry. It's actually very much on the dry side. So if you do get your hands on this, definitely mix it very well. I'm smoking out of my TPE setup, a gold offset black Prometheus using a aluminum hybrid D-hose, Hookah John boho base. One of my favorite bases, and I've been waiting so long to get my hands on this base. It is so beautiful and the quality seems to be really nice. Traveled across country with this thing and it looks great still. Have this packed in a stone bowl by Brandon George. Have a great appreciation for Brandon and his work. They perform very well. This is fluff packed right up to the rim where the Lotus sits, obviously using a Lotus, with 4 charcoal flare quarter circle coals. And I met the owner of Charcoal Flare, really nice guy, and I still love his product and choose to use it on a daily basis. Let me take a few hits for you guys to start off. I am getting great cloud output in my session today, and in all my sessions, Shisha Royale smokes extremely well. Very nice cloud output. In terms of taking the heat, this stuff really can take some heat. Today I have the 4 quarter circle coals on here. With heat temperamental tobaccos, it tends to burn a little bit. This stuff is just taking the heat, and I've actually overloaded the heat on a different video to show the cloud output on a hookah, and this stuff rips. I mean, it performs very, very nice. Let's get into the flavor though. Let's see if there's a balance of flavor in this, which I believe so there is. So the flavor on this, when you smoke it, you get the same as a smell. It translates very well. You get this nice tea flavor, and tea flavors tend to be very mild, but they've kind of amplified it a little bit. And what it really reminds me of is when you make a batch of tea and you let it sit for too long and it over steeps, you get that really strong kind of flavor to it. And that's exactly what I'm getting from this. It's an over steeped tea. And I don't mind that because I am smoking this. And I like that amplified tea flavor. And you can taste the Moroccan mint aspect to this flavor. It just translates to a leafy spearmint flavoring. It's not overly cold. You don't get like a body chill from it. It's just a touch of coolness to complement that tea. And the word chai is in this flavor. And when I think of chai, I think of a little bit of milk or cream that is added to a tea, like Indian tea. And there's no milk or cream to this. It sticks to the true representation of a Moroccan tea. And also the sweetness in here. It's also a good representation of just adding a few cubes of sugar to a hot tea, and that little bit of sweetness that kind of counters that tea flavor is exactly what I'm getting from this. It's a minute sweetness, it's not overwhelming. I like the representation of this flavor. And I actually brewed some tea. This is a spearmint tea. It's not true Moroccan tea because I didn't have any, but I wanted to see how this over steeped tea actually compares to this flavor. So let's see. By the way, these Yeti cups are so crazy. They keep it warm for so long. Oh, it's hot. Whew. But yeah, compared to actual spearmint tea, this flavor hits it right on the mark. Like I said, the flavor strength is more amplified from a natural tea, and that comes across as a little chemically, but when you actually fine tune those flavors, you realize it's just a really potent tea. So I really like this brand so far, and I have high hopes for them in the future. I look forward to trying out some more of their stuff, but I would definitely recommend you guys pick up this brand and try it out for yourself. They have a variety of flavors at 5starhookah.com, but this particular flavor is something that I can recommend to you guys if you guys are a big tea person and you don't like some of the teas that are on the market that are just, the flavor strength is just very weak. This is a very amplified tea flavor strength, and it will last through your session. I've gotten 2 rounds of Coles on this, no problem. The extra cooling from the mint dies down in your second round of Coles. You still get that sweetness in there from what would be like the sweetened tea, and the actual tea flavor itself is really pronounced throughout the later session. But thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a little bit about a new product on my journey as I learned some too. You guys have a good night. Thank you very much. Take care.